You are now rocking with FC Barcelona Central, and let me tell you, it's been a crazy week already. The transfer window is already closed, and the match in Vallecas was a mess, as I mentioned in the video before. And now we have a ton of new information that shows the real story of what happened on and off the field. Today, we're going into a complete deep dive. We're going to talk about the absolute disgrace of the event after the final whistle, and we're going to break down the genius and final transfer move that defined our team for the rest of the season. If you want more daily Barca updates and analysis, make sure you like and subscribe the videos, since it's the best way to help me keep this channel going. Now, the first incident happened right after Lamine Yamal was leaving the field in Vallecas. Lamine, who just scored the penalty that gave us the lead, was assaulted by a small group of fans as he made his way into the locker room. A camera from the program El Día Después captured the sickening moment in a close-up shot as Lamine Yamal walked past the tunnel. He was hit by a liquid and several objects thrown at him. He even had to use his reflex to duck and dodge a projectile. This is not a display of anger. It is a dangerous and shameful act of aggression and has no place in football or in any professional sport. The fact that the 18-year-old player was targeted in this way is a complete disgrace and a black mark that was already a chaotic event. And if this is how you treat the best player of your national team, that it's crazy. I guess the true colors of the Spanish fans are definitely showing. But just few meters away, a second bizarre incident unfolded. Alejandro Valdez was approached by a group of Barca fans who were asking him for his shirt. A simple common exchange between a player and a fan, but just as Valdez was about to hand it over, Rayos Ultra group the Bucaneros intervened. They made it very clear to Valdez that this was their song, and that the rules had dictated that he could not give his shirt away for the fans here. And then they even threatened him, telling him that if he gave up the shirt to anyone, they would physically take it away from a fan. A completely absurd and baffling situation. A visibly stunned Valdez did not know what to do. Luckily, a more experienced player like Frankie de Jong saw the situation and sensibly urged Valdez to come inside the locker room, advising him not to even try to argue with the fans. It was a humiliating and bizarre end of the match for both players. These two events is a sad reminder that while we can debate about the VAR and the officiating, there is a fundamental lack of respect for the players that absolutely is unacceptable. This kind of behaviors we saw in Vallecas has not place in sports. Remember, Alejandro Valdez is 21 years old and Lamine Yamal are 18. They are still very, very young kids. This is just ridiculous. But one of the most talked about stories of the final transfer day market has been Rooney Bardghji. The Swedish forward arrived to Barcelona from Copenhagen for just 2.5 million euros, a fantastic deal for a player with such a high potential, and that the club has been scouting for years. He had a brilliant preseason showing flashes of his world-class quality, but there is just one huge problem. The club could not register him with the first team due to financial fair play issues. So, on the very last day of the transfer window, in a move that shows how desperate and smart the club is, they decided to register him with the Barca Athletic. The same move that they did with Franco Mastantuono. Our B team, this with the Barca Athletic, our B team. This buy us a little bit of time, and it's a strategic gamble. As a Liga corporate red general director Javier Gomez has explained, this does not guarantee that he can play with the first team. It's a cat and a mouse game. According to La Liga's rule, a player from the B team needs a visa to play with the first team. And for him to get that visa, the player's salary must be in line with the B team's players. If a salary is closer to the first team, the club must generate a financial fair play to get this visa approved. This is to stop clubs from using the B team as a loophole to get around the salary limits. Wink, wink, Real Madrid. But this is a brilliant play by Barca. Well, I mean, a copycat play from Barca, as they can now apply for Bardghji's visa at any point of the season. Once they have the necessary financial room, the club is confident that they can do this before the match against Valencia. So I guess they expect this to be done pretty soon. Remember, we have 1 week of stop because we have international teams playing for the World Cup qualifier. The goal is clear here. Hansi Flick wants Bardghji available to play immediately after the international breaks, and it looks like the club has found a new way to happen, and it is by putting Bardghji in the Barca Athletic squad. I don't like this move, but Barca is just so messed up and so convoluted with so much issues in this financial fair play. Has the club was solving the Bardghji problem, they was also working on a solution for another young talent. Hector Fort was officially loaned out to Elche until June 2026 with a no with an option with Oh, Hector Fort was officially loaned to Elche until June 2026 with no option to buy. No option to buy at all. This was a long time coming. Fort's summer was a roller coaster. He wanted to stay and fight for the place, but his path was blocked by a single critical factor: the incredible performance of Eddie Garcia at right back. My notes confirmed that Flick was happy with Eric's play, that he was even ahead of Kunde in the pecking order. With his position now blocked, both Flick and Deco have made it clear that Fort needs to leave the club and find a club where he can get consistent playing time. Fort was initially hesitant in the move, seeing himself as a long-term part of the first team, but he has now officially joined a club where he can be a protagonist. This loan is a fantastic move for his development. He always wanted to be that man, with multiple clubs from the Premier League and La Liga, and even Italy showing some interest. And the fact that Barca chose to loan him without any purchase option shows that how much they believe in his future. He will be able to play consistent minutes in a top league, and while knowing that his future is still very much in Barca's hands. So pretty much he's getting loaned out to Elche, but Elche is not going to be able to buy him, even though he becomes really, really good, or if they really, really want him. The registration of Marc Bernal now was possible by the departure of Hector Fort, who was, as discussed, was loaned to Elche. The salary space generated by Fort's move was exactly what they needed to register Bernal. As a brilliant move to assess management of the club, Bernal will be wearing the number 22, and this is just not a symbolic gesture. This is a player that Hansi Flick and the coaching staff is counting on. He is expected to receive a medical clearance before the Valencia match on September 14, meaning that he will be available for the first team right after the international break. For those who may not remember, this is a beautiful comeback story. Bernal was one of the most pleasant surprises at the beginning of last season. He was a dominant force in the double pivot, and he was quickly convinced everyone that he was the real deal. However, his fantastic momentum was stopped short by a serious knee injury in the third game of the season, which pretty much sidelined him for almost the entire year. It definitely has been a long and hard recovery for him. Now he's getting ready to get back and contribute. His registration is not just a strategic move by the club, but it is a sign of his immense character and determination to return to a top level of his game. At the club, it's definitely showing an immense faith in him. While his current contract runs until 2026, the new deal has been already agreed upon and is set to be formalized in the next coming days. The new contract will keep him until 2029, and it includes a massive 500 million release clause. This is the way for Barcelona to say that Marc Bernal is a key piece of our future and he is not for sale at any price. I mean, I guess the price is 500 million. Ain't nobody's really going to pay that. So the transfer window is finally over, and we at the end of this fantastic Jones story of talent, a comeback from a devastating injury, and a club that is showing immense interest in his faith in academy. It is a perfect ending for a chaotic summer. So there you have it, guys. It's pretty early here. Still like half sleep, but I have to commit to make you guys a video every day. I don't know what the camera is tripping today. I guess the camera is also tired. I want to know from you. Really, I want to know what do you guys think about this. I mean, the transfer window has officially been closed. In one hand, we're brought in time to get Rooney Bardghji. In the other hand, we found a way to guarantee playing time for one of our brightest defensive prospects. Both are a win-win situation and a sign that the club is doing a strategic and juggle really with the financial and the sporting department for the long term. What do you think? What do you think was the most important last minute deal for the club? And go ahead, let me know your thoughts in the comments in here below. Please like the channel, subscribe, and tomorrow I will bring you more videos this week, next week, and so on and so forth. Until then, Visca Barça.